You're listening to Radio Primavera Sound, proudly presented by CUPRA.
Welcome everybody once again to Line Noise, and it is an absolute pleasure to speak with a very talented young producer from Catalonia, also with many kind of different international roots. Elsas, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Bit of a chaotic arrival, but I'm glad I made it.
I'm very glad you made it. You made it as well, straight in from Cardedeu.
Yeah, precisely.
I actually wanted to ask you about. I know we talked a little bit off mic, but You sent me your full name for various like building security reasons, and I was like, wow, okay, that is quite a connection, because you're recording for the local label Lapsus. Your name suggests lots of.
Who's that?
Lapsus.
Ah, Lapsus. Sorry, I didn't. Sorry, that was a lapsus. Oh my god. Yeah.
Very appropriate. So yeah, I mean, tell us a little bit about your background.
So yeah, I grew up in Cardedeu, as you very well said, which is like the new. Everyone's moving there from Barcelona, it seems these days. It's a bit of a crazy. There was like this article. Anyway,
about Cardedeu.
I digress. Yeah, about Cardedeu, saying the Cardedeu effect, like everyone's moving there. It's kind of crazy.
Really?
Yeah, but I moved out of there 10 years ago, so more or less. So I'm going against the grain.
So people have started moving in since you left?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, right.
Let's not draw, I guess, conclusions from that. But yeah, I moved to London to study jazz music. Guildhall School of Music and Drama, which sounds very fancy, but it was a bit of a crazy environment to get myself into after like kind of living here in my formative years, so it was pretty intense and very, very formative, as I said. But after kind of exploring jazz for a while and kind of ensemble writing, I was kind of convinced at some point I was going to be like maybe a film composer or something. Went through different few phases, then kind of started exploring with production. Around that time, I didn't really ever turn up to my lessons. So I instead cried about missing my homeland and started producing then. So that was kind of my beginning. I don't know how far you...
No, that's great. I mean, I'm fascinated because you were saying earlier your father is British, your mother is Argentinian, you grew up in Catalonia. Mm-hmm. Musically, where do you feel are your kind of roots? Do you feel like you kind of come from Catalan music roots, or is it more the your dad's British stuff, or is it your mum's Argentinian, or just a mixture?
Yeah, I think my music really reflects the kind of precisely that mixture. I think it's a very kind of balanced mix of those, I would say, in terms of my influences. I mean, my parents listened to classical music mostly at home, and I was trained classically in my kind of earlier years. So I would say it's kind of hard to pinpoint what's kind of, in which way I've filtered, I've somatized it or like processed it. But I would say, moving to the UK was very formative in terms of getting myself immersed in the scene there. So yeah, it's hard to say. I think partly I'm going back into my roots as well and exploring Mediterranean kind of sounds and that as well. So yeah. Everything, yeah.
Well, no, this is what I like. I really like the mixture. Obviously, it's quite personal to me, and I think you've done it incredibly well. I mean, so you mentioned that you studied jazz, and your debut EP, "The Art of Concrete," which came out in 2021, on your Bandcamp, it's called "An Intricate Body of Work that fuses alternative pop numbers with jazz and choral." That's what it says.
Someone must have written that. Yeah.
Does that ring a bell with you, or does that sound a bit strange?
Yeah, no. I think that first work was really like me, sort of. How would you say? It was kind of getting. When you just need to shout, and then in order to be able to move with agency and the rest. So it was kind of that initial tantrum or like it was me literally throwing everything that I had in my head and without distilling it or filtering it. So I think No, I think it's a bit of a mixture of a lot of different things, and it very much is, me kind of learning as I go and exploring. I mean, I wrote it through lockdown, actually. I came back here and I wrote it in my tiny teenage room, back again in my roots. And so, yeah, I would say like, it was a part of the process. Let's put it that way,
I mean, did your sound just come to you? Was it like this is what kind of comes out natural, or was there a lot of sort of refining and you're thinking, well, I like this bit of jazz, I like this kind of pop, I like this?
No, never. And first of all, I never think in terms of genres.
Right.
Like I've never thought that way. I genuinely think I'm quite ignorant when it comes to genres and understanding what that means, because like the way I receive music, I feel like I find it hard to understand the labeling within how that works. So I wouldn't attach myself to genres really very, very fervently. But in terms of that first work, it was pretty much... It was like my intrusive musical thoughts, I guess, and putting it all in there. I thought I was also contaminated by, I guess, music college brain virus, I would say. So I was kind of like, if the chord chart doesn't change every beat, then what's the point, So I was also like hyper harmonized,
right?
And so
is that difficult to get out of? Is that something even you want to get out of, that kind of mindset?
Yeah, I think there's been definitely a process of distilling since, and, I'm grateful for, I was very lucky to be able to learn, and, for my parents to prioritize and going to the conservatoire and all that since a young age. So I wouldn't change it for anything, but it is true that connecting with intuition sometimes requires to kind of dumb down or like quieten a bit the kind of frontal cortex, sort of cerebral, connection to music. Yeah.
Do you have a way of doing that? I mean, I asked because I remember I once interviewed someone and they were saying that basically when they make music, and it sounds very counterinstinctive, they like to do it with the TV on. Because, well, their argument was if they do it with, I won't say, but I also don't remember. But I think the argument was that basically, like, if you, it kind of meant they didn't think too much about it, like you say. It was like, well, the TV's on, so I'm just going to sing this song, or
but, yell over it. Yeah, sounds like Meshuggah or something. Yeah. I feel like that does make sense, but I suspect I have my attention span is I really struggle with multitasking, or like any sound will kind of interject in my thought line. So I think for me, I don't think that would work for me actually, but I do get it. I can empathize with that the concept of it.
I mean, I'm not recommending it, but
I mean, what would you watch? I guess Botched.
Well, it would have to be something rubbish, wouldn't it? Because if it was
Botched.
too good...
You know that series?
No.
Botched. It's about like bad plastic surgery, like awful, like plastic surgery gone wrong. Truly inspiring.
Oh, geez.
I actually watched a lot of that during the making of that Plastic P. Fun fact. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it related in any of the song? I mean, I noticed a scar.
No, that's actually about the surgery they had on my inguinal hernia.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. No, it's pretty intense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask, you write songs in both English and Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Again, how do you decide what to do, or is it just what comes out?
It definitely is what comes out, but lately I've been writing more in Spanish because obviously my poetic language has kind of evolved around my experience of living in my adult years in London. So I do think that I tend to write, I think English comes a bit more natural to me, but Spanish is, I'm kind of like digging into my kind of, I'm in my Spanish era right now. Maybe not so much a CP, but the stuff that's coming soon. Yeah, after that. Yeah.
Do you find, sorry, this is like armchair psychology, but I'm going for it. Like,
please.
Are you almost like a different person in the two languages?
I guess we all are, no? Would you say you are?
Well, I find that sometimes it's a lot easier to be like very honest in Spanish because it's not my first language. So it's almost like one step removed. But obviously it kind of is your mother tongue. So it's, you don't quite have the same thing. But
wow. That's great.
Is it though?
It's like, yeah, like simulation vibe. Yeah, it sounds like out of body. Like, because if you obviously, yeah, I guess if it's something that's you're a bit more distant, yeah, I see how that. I wonder about honesty. Oh God, that's deep. I haven't really thought about that like properly.
I mean, if it helps to take it back to music,
Yeah.
I think that ABBA. I love ABBA, right?
Yeah.
And I think
Got to love ABBA.
So I think that because they're writing songs in English, which isn't their first language, I think that what comes out has an incredible sort of simplicity and honesty.
Yeah, it's true. It cuts through in a way. And I guess British culture, the more kind of reading between the lines culture that we, and British humor is a huge thing. It's very different. I guess the Spanish language is more direct, and the humor and everything is just more literal, isn't it? So I think my lyrics have always been fairly on the surrealist side.
Right.
And my influences are, kind of more, more verging towards absurdism, and I really enjoy that. But I wonder what, I don't know, what do you think? I don't know how that translates to my lyric writing. I wish I was ABBA.
I mean, we all wish we were ABBA. I mean, you're closer than me, so.
No. Thank you.
But talking of Spanish, your new EP, which is out in February, is called A Por y Amor.
Yeah.
Which means the death of love's contradiction.
That's right. Right.
Now, this is a term you invented, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us, how did you think of it?
Well, I think it's funny how I normally know the title of. So far, I've known the title of the next record like way in advance before writing any of the music.
Really?
It's really weird. So I wonder if it's like a frame of thought, or it's like a un enmarcamiento, no? It's like maybe setting the pace. But I came up with that term like in 2021 or something, so quite a while ago, and I can't remember exactly how it came about, but I like the idea of like invented words and creating your own language and new ways of exploring like emotional processing through language and how being experimental with language can actually open new pathways within our internal mechanisms, And so I think I was reading, I had the word aporia, and I was reading it. I don't know where I read it, but I didn't know the word, so I looked it up, and then I was like, oh, aporia, okay, it's just like a philosophical, like a theoretical contradiction. And then at some point I think it just probably came to my head. I'm not sure exactly what the context was, but then I was like, okay, well, that's definitely going to be the title, and I just need to write the music now.
Wow.
It's weird, yeah.
I find that fascinating because often I think people write a load of songs and then they're like, oh, we should do a record. And then like right at the end when they've got the record, they're like, oh, what should we call it?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, just call it Suede.
Yeah. Suede.
So I've been thinking a lot about Suede for various reasons.
Want to hear more about
that. But you have it sort of right from... So when you were writing the songs on the new EP, you always had this idea at the back of your mind.
Oh God, you know what? These songs I wrote most of them like about 3 years ago, which is kind of crazy. So sometimes it's hard to recall the actual process. A lot of the times I look back and I'm like, oh, who's that girl? So it's a bit hard to know exactly what was going on. But I guess it all made sense. I think I probably had that word somewhere written, and I was writing the songs, and I was like, well, I kind of want it to be that, but maybe it won't fit. But eventually, it made sense. I don't think it was something that was too over masticated.
And I'm not asking you to reveal it, but do you have like the name for the next record in your mind?
I actually do think I do, and shall I say it?
I mean, you can if you. I don't want to press you.
It might be called. I'm not sure though, because there's a song called that, and so I might just name the EP that. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm gonna just make another EP, but I I think it might be called Us Baddies Like Mystery, but a las baddies nos gusta el misterio, so in Spanish.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, because it's mostly Spanish songs on the next.
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah.
And you said you came up with the title in 2021. So the record took 4 or 5 years to produce?
Yeah, I guess vaguely you could say that. I mean, the first, I think mostly 2022, I think pretty much all the songs bar one were written in 2022.
Right.
And then they've all evolved because I've played them in shows, like I said, Border Sample on tour, and I played those shows in the American tour, and it was kind of bit of a mad one because obviously it was like quite big rooms, and I was literally kind of tweaking 5 minutes before, and I was like, let's try that today, so it was a great process for me because even though I had the songs in a latent form, for various reasons, and because life, so they hadn't really, I hadn't found the way of showing them to the world, so I think it was just a nice natural process. And so I'm just really relieved that they're coming out because it's been a long one.
I mean, what was it like? Because playing these songs, very new songs that haven't been released, in a very large room with Sampha. What was it like? I mean, were you scared? Were you just like, I'm just going to do it, or I mean, how did people react as well? It
was great. Because I think America, because obviously there's a lot of Hispanic people there, big Hispanic communities, so the audience was very much understanding of my bilingualism and my birth references, so it's actually really refreshing. And I'd be like, ¿Alguien español? Or alguien que habla español? And everyone's like, half of the room, I'm like, yes, let's go. So, so I think it was, I mean, Sampha's audience is amazing.
Right.
Like, and they're just like great. The fans are just like serious, like lovely people. And I felt really welcomed. I felt really, for some reason I felt really arropada,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you also play and sing in Sampha's band, correct?
Yeah.
Keyboards and vocals?
Yeah, that's right.
How did that come about?
Just through kind of a friend in common who works with Sampha in Young, and I went down to meet him in his studio. They sent me the songs 2 days before.
Wow.
Like really, mind you, like they sent me Suspended. I don't know if you're familiar with that song, but it's like madness, and it's got all these it was basically a roast, and I hadn't really been playing piano. I kind of fell out of love with piano basically and keys, and for a while leading up to that. And then I was like, well, I must have this gig because I'm a huge fan of Sampha's. Even though I wasn't necessarily planning on being a session musician, I'm like, well, this is come at a time where it made sense. I was like kind of really not sure what to do with my life at that point. I was really kind of quarter-life crisis situation. And so I was like, okay, let's not sleep for the next 2 days. And honestly, had to do kind of peas, then hot bath.
Really?
My arms were in like serious pain because I was like, I just need to get this gig. I was really determined. And I turned up and I was like kind of that teacher's pet vibe. I was like, I know all the songs, I was
it's impressive.
And so and also we got on really well. Just, the energy was right, and it seemed like he liked me. And then, that was kind of the beginning of that. There's
a great picture on your Instagram of when I think you're playing a gig with Sampha at looks like some really some beautiful venue, and your face is like projected onto behind the.
Is that Ali Pali?
Yes. That must have been quite something to play there, right?
Yeah, that was amazing. 10,000 people or something, no? Yeah.
12? 10?
12, yeah.
I've actually never been to a concert there, but it's big, yeah.
It's huge, yeah.
Wow.
But the thing is, the setup is so intimate because we're kind of in the round. I mean, that wasn't in the round, but we were in a circle, and it was at a later stage where we'd been touring for quite a while together. So it feels like the setup is so intimate. And we're so tight as a band, as friends as well as people, that playing that didn't feel like, oh my God, we're playing Ali Pali. It was also like with your in-ears, you can barely hear anything anyway. Right. And I was like, where's everyone? Like, you can't even necessarily gauge that, but it was still obviously like a big moment. Why
did you fall out of love with the piano? You mentioned before you'd kind of fallen out of love.
Yeah, I think honestly, when I moved to London, I was kind of using piano as a tool, but I wouldn't say, I did classical piano for a few years up until I was 18, and I was not. I mean, I never practiced, and I really struggled with the discipline around that kind of. And I obviously I realized classical, even though I'd done classical since I was a kid and whatever, I don't think it suits my brain. And so I was like, not one. I get frustrated with my fingers. Like I'm not kinesthetically very able. I'm able, but I'm just not brilliant. I know so many amazing musicians who are so good at their instrument, and like that connection brain finger. I just get really frustrated because I would rather be an ideas girl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
I was like kind of using the piano as a tool, but not necessarily in that sense. To be performing shows and stuff as a keys player. But I was like, okay, let's flip and go. Can I swear?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
I mean, flipping isn't. No. You called the new EP, and this is something I very much like, well-needed dough. Yeah,
I think precisely. Yeah.
Well, what do you mean by that? Go on.
Sorry. One step ahead. Yeah, I guess what I mean by that is kind of what I already said of like the songs really went through a process. I mean, I lost one of the projects like 2 weeks before having to mix it. In My Womb, the single that came out, the first In My Womb single. I lost the project. I'd just come back from tour. I was like feeling the post-tour blues, and the last thing I needed was that. And then I had to deliver the files, the stems, because David Wrench was mixing it in the Mix with the Masters in Paris. Oof. And I was going to go there and everything, like
nice,
this whole this whole thing, masterclass vibe. And he was like, well, I need the files. And I'm like, well, damn, I actually lost the project. And even though I still had I think I had the work up to like 4 months before, but I'd happened to have done quite a lot of work in the last 4 months, obviously leading up to having to deliver it. And luckily that meant that the song is way better now.
Okay.
And like the it just all, I went surgical. I was like, okay, no, this has to mean something. Surely this is a sign, because the weird thing is this hard drive, I didn't lose anything else on the hard drive. It literally just disappeared. And I don't think I deleted it in my sleep. I mean, that would be kind of crazy unless there's some higher wisdom within me that knew that had to happen. But, there's definitely some crazy shit going on in terms of technology and the fairies around. Yeah, I don't know.
How long did it take from you being really annoyed you'd lost it to you being like, actually, this is better?
I think when I finished it, I guess, obviously, because it was torture. It was torturous. Yeah.
As we do, I think some of the songs, maybe all of the songs, were written in Cardedeo.
These songs?
Yes. That's what it says, I think. Or maybe not.
What, the new Por Amor?
Yeah. Does it not? Oh, no, maybe not.
Oh, no, I know what you've read. So, in Puibolea, which is actually, if someone knows Puibolea, that would be crazy. So it's...
Where?
It's in Aragon.
Okay,
cerca de Huesca.
Right.
On the top of a little hill. I mean, I think 30 people live there, or maybe less now, because it's obviously exclusively third age. So, I just went there with my friend, Gabriel Gifford, producer friend of mine, and we just took a bunch of shrooms and
knocked out 5 songs or went
yeah, pretty much. No, I mean we did a couple of the songs, and there's another 3 that didn't make the record. Yeah,
I mean, it's interesting because we were talking earlier about sort of turning off that part of your brain which is always kind of giving you doubts or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that was a good way to do it, to sort of operate on a different way. Better than, watching TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the alternative to botched.
I'm not advocating it, but,
Yeah. I mean, you have said it.
So how much does your environment influence your music? Like, do you think a song you kind of write in Aragon is very different from a song you might write in London, from a song you might write in the US, from a song,
Wow, you're making me sound like a cosmopolita.
Well,
I would say obviously the environment must affect, no? I mean, I wrote Niño en Puibolea, and it's a peaceful countryside town, and Nino is kind of crazy industrial. So I'm not sure to what extent that particular environment. I think no, it's true. Maybe it did because it was kind of a window into a sort of time frozen sort of few days that actually maybe allowed to bring out or purge some of the kind of demons of the city, you know. So maybe I think obviously context is really important, and the people you surround yourself with, the energies you're in the room with, for sure. Yeah. I
mean, Nino feels like a pretty dark song. Is that right?
Does it feel dark?
I've got two, dark and dramatic, were the two words. Do you disagree? I'm guessing.
Well, I had a lot of fun making it, and I get it's dramatic, but also it's like, for me, it's a sad fishing song, if that makes sense. It's like, oh, look at me, pull me, and it's also connecting with rage. Like, I guess it's an angry song. Dark.
Hang on, sad fishing, as in, you mean you want people to feel sad for you? Is that, or
no, isn't sad fishing like when like influencers or something? No, I mean, this is, I don't know why I use this word. I'm not aware
of sad fishing.
Sad
but
fishing I think it means like posting a photo of you crying for the attention of people. That's obviously that's not what I'm trying to do, but I think it's just like me fully like exploring an emotion. I think, forget about that word. Me exploring the emotion of rage through play state. I think that's kind of how I see it. So I see how that's dark because obviously there's, you know, I'm angry. And I actually struggle with to connect with rage generally in my day-to-day life. So I think connecting with it was like therapeutic to me. And so, yeah, I see how it's quite it's quite crazy and like fairly angular. You know, that happened in about 20 minutes, that song, that whole thing, you know. I just like bought a Prophet synth. I sent it to Buiwalea, literally bought it, directed it there. My neighbors were like, well, ¿qué es esto? And I'm like, yeah. Let's not say.
Imagine if you turned up there and your neighbours had knocked out a Deep House EP.
Well, that would, yeah, the Maria Luisa who kills the pig every year. Yeah, no, it's pretty like, yeah. I mean, it's a special little town. You know, rural Spain generally is definitely good to study in many ways.
I think. Angry is a good way, and I didn't mean dark in any kind of negative way or anything like that. I mean, and the same way I think like angry isn't a negative thing. It's like an emotion that comes out, and I think maybe we have a tendency to look at it as it's a bad thing.
You're right.
If it's misdirected or whatever, but like actually just coming out in a song is perfect.
Yeah, so maybe it is darkness because of this angst in the
The first single from the EP was In My Womb.
Yeah.
What is, if you don't mind me asking, what's the song about?
The song In My Womb is about that process of so the womb as like the allegoric womb, no? So the place, the center of not only identity, but that fosters a sense of home, no, a sense of who we are. So at its very core, so it's kind of, in a way, I feel that that's a sacred space. And In My Womb, it speaks about letting in, through romantic love and what that means and how we expose ourselves or make ourselves vulnerable to a person, and sometimes how that can happen a bit too fast. And so that's my way of expressing that sort of tendency as a lover girl, you know.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I think so. Yeah. And it's got a great video as well. You've got a dance to it.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Are you a big dancer?
No, I wouldn't say I'm a big dancer. I definitely think I need to get some lessons, to be honest.
But I mean, going out, when you go out, are you hogging the bar or are you on the dance floor?
The thing is, I'm a yapper and I love chatting. So it really depends on if I'm into the music. Right, I won't dance to any trash, basically. And some people do have that ability of like, whoop, no, yeah, like, it's me resbala, no? I can enjoy the moment. But if I'm not feeling the music in that moment, you know, it's like when you're not feeling drum and bass, I can't be doing dancing.
Right.
I can't be.
Right.
You know, I'll try and have a conversation at the back of the room and probably ruin my vocal cords. So yeah, I guess it very much depends on the vibe.
But it looks for In My Womb that you kind of came up with a sort of semi-routine. I mean, because again,
Un paso doble.
yeah. Oh, that's a pass. I don't really know much about.
I know, it's just like a little. Well, I think that move is the bachata move, no? Because it's like the 1, 2, 3, and then the hip.
Right.
But I didn't overthink that one. I think. I mean, I barely dance. I guess, yeah, I walk from side to side. But thank you, I appreciate it. I'm flattered.
No, but also there's, again, on your Instagram, you said, well, I've been looking up, there's a video of you and someone, I think, I can't remember, in the countryside doing the dance move, which I rather liked.
Yeah. You like that? Oh, great.
Did, yes.
That's good to know. No, I actually, I've shot a couple more of those with me. So the idea was to shoot dancing in any place with my girlfriends to the song.
Right.
That was the idea behind that video.
So I'd already seen the main video, as it were.
Yeah.
And then I was looking back at that and I was like, it was a nice, like, a nice wink. So we talked about you worked on the songs while you were supporting Sam in the US. Did you play him the songs from the new EP?
My songs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did Sam say?
He loves it. He's a fan. He's he's great. He's always supported me through it. Yeah, he loves Niño. He was like, so when are you dropping the crazy one? And I was, because I played them that pretty much, I think, at the beginning of starting working together. It was like Niño didn't really change from 2020, from that moment in 2022, under the influence. And so I had it ready to go for all that time. And, I showed it to Sampa pretty early on in a working relationship. And he was like, oh my God, this is hard. And this is sweet.
I mean, you've worked with loads of people, right? Florence and the Machine?
Yeah, recently, actually. Yeah, I did some backing vocals for her.
Part of the choir, I think, or something on the album. How was that? No?
Yeah, that was so great. Yeah, she's amazing. She's so cool. I was definitely starstruck when I met her. It was amazing. Honestly, it was so it was very singing with her. I mean, we all cried, including her. It was very emotional and special. I was there with Idrisi, so my medieval group.
Mm-hmm. Hang on.
Yeah.
Your medieval group?
My medieval chant group.
I didn't know this.
Do you not?
No. You've got a medieval chant.
Yeah. It's actually kind of popping off right now in the UK. I mean,
is it?
Yeah. We went a bit like #medieval TikTok viral a bit. So funny.
Okay. I don't want to show my age, but I've never seen medieval TikTok. But I'm into it now.
Either. Yeah.
So, but you do medieval versions of current songs? Or?
No, oh my God, no. That's a genre, isn't it?
I mean, it probably is, isn't it?
It's got a name, I forget now. No, so we actually do Mediterranean medieval music from the late antiquity, and chants from that were sung in the Roman Empire, so up till the 13th century. So Old Roman chant, and then Greek liturgical chants, so Greek Orthodox chants, and also Corsican stuff. So it's we mostly center around the Mediterranean and how that, and kind of unearthing the music that was sung in that time and kind of filtering it through a new approach to it, actually. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I didn't explain it very well, but it's an exciting project for sure. Yeah. Idrisi Ensemble.
Apparently, I don't know if you can like this, it's called Bardcore.
Yes, that's the one. Starts with B, I told you.
Yeah.
Bardcore.
And there's someone on YouTube called Hildegard von Blingen.
What? Von Blingen?
Von Blingen, yeah.
Instead of Bingen?
Yeah, who's done things like losing my religion.
Oh my God, no way.
I mean, there's
can we listen to that now? Or is that a bit
that'll get us thrown off.
We'll be giving her free.
Exactly.
Free
forget that. We're not talking about
Hildegard.
Hildegard. But I will say there is an album there's a band called Bardcore as well. On It's Only Bardcore Records, and they've got an album doing versions of things like Blinding Lights and Bad Guy.
Oh, wow. That sounds like my worst nightmare. Incredible.
Well, it's got Mr. Brightside, which is one of my least favourite songs ever, done the medieval version.
Let's see how that goes down well.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Do you want to ruin your day? Maybe.
Yeah.
You might want to ruin your day one day.
I mean,
Oh God.
probably not. But something that won't ruin my day, to take it right back around, if I may, is your Barcelona gig.
Yeah.
Which is I wrote it down and I've now forgotten.
On the 27th of
March at the Caixa Forum.
Yeah.
So how's it going to be? What's it going to be like?
Well, still working that out, but
Right.
it's going to be full band. Which I haven't really done a show with full band in like 5 years, something. So that's exciting. Putting together a band for it. It's going to be. I'm going to be playing A Por Amor and kind of officially presenting it, I guess. And also playing some new songs from Baddies like Mystery and all that.
I mean, do we know vaguely when Baddies might come back? It's going to be another 5 years, or
No. I'm honestly planning on. Yeah, the idea is to keep going this year and release a few. Yeah, I would like to release that before the rest of the music before the summer, and I want to kind of not sleep. Just stop sleeping. I sleep too much.
I don't know. Sleeping's a good thing.
Really?
Yeah.
But I sleep 12 hours a night sometimes.
Didn't Paul McCartney come up with Yesterday while he was asleep?
Did he actually?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, he sort of dreamed it and then woke up and wrote it down.
Well, I don't believe that.
No?
No. I think no.
I think you have come up with songs, some ideas.
No, you're right. I do believe it.
Okay.
It is a dreamy melody, to be fair.
But look, before that, A Por Amor is out February the 13th.
Yes.
Which feels kind of quite an appropriate date. I know they don't do Valentine's Day here, but like...
Son solterín, they say, no?
Do they?
Yeah.
What, on the 14th? Or?
Yeah, San Solterín, San Valentín, San Solterín.
I've never heard that before.
Single solterín. How would you say that in English?
Single person? I mean, it's not very poetic, is it?
Galentine, that's the one.
I've never heard of Galentine either. I need to...
Yeah, renew the vocab, yeah.
Nice. Well, see, this is what comes with not visiting UK very much. I don't know about medieval TikTok. I don't know about Galentine, and I don't know what the Traitors is, because like.
Oh my goodness, oh no, you don't want to go there because you just won't see the light of day.
Okay, I sort of do, because everyone's talking about it.
It's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
some kind of game show.
Yeah, it's like stimulating daytime TV kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Elsas, thank you so much for coming from Cardedale.
Thank you so much for having me.
Been a pleasure. As I say, the record is out February 13th. Yes. The gig is March the... Oh my God.
27th.
March 27th.
Yes. And also, if anyone's in London, I've got a headline show on the 25th of March.
Ah, nice. Where are you playing in London?
The Waiting Room. Just a little room.
The Waiting Room. Have I been there? When did it open, the Waiting Room?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Okay,
but
I think I might be.
I mean, before your time. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, after your time.
I think so.
I mean...
anything else that we should know about? Oh.
No, just check out the EP when it comes out and see you at the Barcelona or London show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.